Take a look at our radar and you can see where the rain is. That we do have rain in the forecast today, but luckily it looks like it's going to hold off until late this afternoon, possibly even this evening before we get anything. You can see the storms moving into the St. Louis area, some storms up in northern Arkansas there, and these are quite a distance from us, and it looks like we're looking at late afternoon at the earliest for any rain around here. We'll see some clouds before that, but looks like we're going to be able to hold off the rain, which is certainly great news for all of you who are heading to the many outdoor activities today. Our current temperature is 48 degrees, 77% humidity. Winds are calm, but as I was saying, our winds this morning for the most part have been from the northeast. So even though they're calm, that's about the direction you can expect the balloons to be heading, south-southwest. Barometric pressure is holding steady. Our high yesterday was 65. We should get a little warmer than that today. Our low 48. No rainfall and 2.5 inches for the month so far. Our satellite picture shows some clouds moving across Kentuckiana, but we're in a clearing trend right now. You see how it's clearing right across the Louisville area. Do have clouds though all around us, and we're going to enjoy some sunshine early on in the day, but then we're going to start to see mostly cloudy skies later on this afternoon. Our temperatures pretty comfortable. We're expecting highs in the upper 60s today. We could even push close to 70 if we stay in the sunshine long enough to get our temperatures up there. Our map tomorrow looks much worse than what we're seeing today. We're going to see the bulk of our rain overnight tonight and early tomorrow, and then expecting scattered showers throughout the day tomorrow. So certainly a good thing that all these outdoor activities are planned for today and not tomorrow. And our forecast looks not too bad for today. We will see our clouds increasing. As I said, sunshine early on, but clouds increasing later on in the day with a chance of showers late this afternoon. A high of 69, very pleasant tonight. Showers and thunderstorms developing, a low of 53, and tomorrow we'll see rain for much of the day. Showers and thunderstorms with a high of 67. So we did hit it lucky as far as all of these great activities in today and this morning. So looks pretty good from here. Back to you all.
Okay, Beth, thanks so much for that report from Churchill Downs.
Weather looking great for today's Great Balloon Race, and we have live crews ready.
Hello, I'm Rodney Burnett of the 9th and Old Baptist Church. For 21 years, our television ministry, New Beginnings, has brought the message of hope to viewers in the Louisville area. It's an opportunity to gain a fresh new start in life with Jesus Christ. New Beginnings is important to so many people whose only opportunity of worship is by television. I want to thank you for your continued support to our television ministry. Watch for New Beginnings this Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on WHAS 11.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were an infant, offers you a way to help with that protection through their Grow Up Plan for Children. It's a $5,000 cash value insurance program that costs less than 11 cents a day. At age 21, that protection doubles to $10,000 with absolutely no increase in premiums. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan is a fund that grows with your children and will provide that extra cash when they need it. In addition to automatically doubling at age 21, the plan also guarantees the right to $50,000 of insurance by age 28, regardless of health or occupation. So call now for your free information package. Any child under 13 years of age is eligible. No medical examination is necessary. Simply answer a few questions. As a special feature, your first month's premium is $1. The Gerber Life Grow Up Plan, an investment in your child's future to show that you care. Call now.
Call 1-800-543-1300. The information package is free, no obligation. That number is 1-800-543-1300.
Come on, get your paper, folks, right here. Get your paper right here. Twin Spires at Churchill Downs.
The year was 1895. Grover Cleveland was president. Trolley cars were still pulled by mules. And in Louisville, Kentucky, the spires were completed at Churchill Downs. Join the News Channel for a historic look at the Twin Spires, the first 100 years. Tuesday night at 8:30 on your official Derby 121 station, WHAS 11.
I'm Rachel Platt.
And I'm Barry Burnson. Coming up Monday morning at our new time of 5:30, it is Derby Week 121. And Good Morning Kentuckiana takes you first to the backside at Churchill Downs, where we'll talk with trainers and jockeys and anybody else we can find about the prospects for the Run for the Roses.
These are some of the tempting treats for Derby, but if you don't have reservations, is it too late to get the treats? How about a hotel room? Todd Eckloff on the waiting list.
It all begins on Good Morning Kentuckiana at our new time, 5:30, Monday morning.
Just can't help but smile this Saturday morning because the Great Balloon Race is a go. The weather's cooperating and Sky 11 is airborne to show us the very best view.
Our Chris Turner in the Bird this morning. And Chris, it's going to be interesting to see what happens if they go over the airport.
Well, you know, that happened last year, Doug, and it was just a matter of Standiford's traffic was fairly light about 5:30 on that Sunday afternoon, May 1st last year, and the balloons got over the airport just fine. We'll wait and see what happens this morning with traffic a little busier. Traffic on the ground coming around the fairgrounds Ring Road is slow going, but it doesn't take you that long to get parked and get up to the balloons. The pink balloon in the middle there looks like the bunny ears. That's the Energizer bunny balloon. First balloons here inflate in about 5 to 6 minutes, with the first liftoffs expected about 10 after 7. And of course, your best views from right here at Sky 11. Back to you.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. We'll be back with more here in just a second.
Family Pack fresh ground beef, 89 cents a pound. Rainbow Honey Crust large buns, buy one, get one free. Van Camp's pork and beans, 4 for $1. Kraft barbecue sauce, 18-ounce bottle, 59 cents with in-store coupon. And regular or diet Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Diet Pepsi, 7-Up or Pepsi Cola, 20-pack 12-ounce cans, $4.49.
Get Value Market. You've got savings in the bag.
Mom, Dad, I really need my own telephone line. That way, if I have any questions about school, I can just call Bobby without tying up your phone.
Tired of the battle over the telephone at your house? Well, this is a great time to order that additional line and get an $18 credit on your phone bill. Just call this toll-free number.
He's real smart at conjugating nouns and stuff.
An additional line makes a great gift for any occasion. Order now and get an $18 credit on your phone bill. Or use the credit to get one of these phones.
We can talk about English and history. It's for my intellectual development. I might even figure out algebra.
And if you work at home, it'll be great to have a separate phone line for your computer or fax machine.
Get a second line and get an $18 credit or a phone. Call South Central Bell, 1-800-660-LINE.
Just a thought.
The Merriment. The Madness.
Beefcake champion right here.
The Majesty. Nobody covers Derby Day like Kentuckiana's News Channel. Derby 121, live all day Derby Day, starting at 10:30, only on WHAS 11.
Again, we're on the air till noon today. We want to tell you that at 10 o'clock, if you missed any of the news during the past week, stay with us because at 10 o'clock, Gary Rodemeyer will recap the top stories of the week. That's because our This Week broadcast will be right here at 10.
Again, Doug, we're just minutes away from the Great Balloon Race, and we have another live picture for you from the state fairgrounds. More than 30 balloons are ready to float across the sky, and the people have turned out to watch it all happen. The race starting just after 7 o'clock, and we'll bring it to you live here when Saturday morning continues.
And that wraps up the first hour of this very special Saturday morning newscast. I'll rejoin you here at 8, but stay with us. Ann is going to be here for the beginning of the balloon race, starting in just 2 minutes as Saturday morning continues live.
Over the years, Ashland Oil and its family of companies have urged hundreds of thousands of people to get more involved with education. Today, we salute all the parents and students, all the teachers and businesses who have gotten involved and used the power of education to make a difference in the world.
Yep, this is the new sunroom. I'm real happy with their work. My guess is they're a small local company, father and son thing. All I know is I got a great deal and great service. You can just tell when it's a small local company. Got exactly what I wanted.
Small town service, big company support. That's Patio Enclosures Incorporated.
I think the grandmother answers the phone.
We have so much cool stuff on Derby trainers Nick Zito and Kenny McPeak, we couldn't wait to show it to you. Jeff Lipson gives you an early peek of the trials and smiles that happen on the road to Louisville, beginning Sunday at 6:30 only on Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
She replaced Pamela Anderson as the Tool Time gal. Now, will Home Improvement's Debbie Dunning bump the Baywatch babe off the beach? Find out on ET.
Monday at 7 on WHAS 11.
This Friday, Kentuckiana's only hour-long noon newscast expands to 2 hours live from Churchill Downs. It's exclusive coverage of Kentucky Oaks 121, Friday at 11 a.m. on Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
Thunder special rebroadcast Sunday at 1:30 on WHAS 11.
Live on Saturday morning from the #1 rated Saturday morning newscast in the nation with Doug Prophet, Ann Doyle, Beth Andrews, and Fred Wishy. This is Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
Good morning again. You're looking from Sky 11 down onto the State Fairgrounds where the people have gathered to watch the Great Balloon Race. The balloons spread out over the ground, about to be inflated so they can lift off within the next 15 minutes or so, and we'll bring that to you live. We have a lot going on this morning, and we're glad you're with us. I'm Ann Doyle, and we're with a special broadcast this morning live with you until noon, and we hope you'll stay with us all morning long. There's a lot going on. But the big event at this hour, of course, is that Great Balloon Race, just about to get underway, and we have some spectacular views to share with you. Sky 11's one of them, and all the balloons should be ready to take off, and standing by on the ground is our Stephanie Collins with a great vantage point herself. Can you just feel the excitement out there this morning, Stephanie?
You sure can. About 2 minutes ago, and the cannon was fired, and this race is already off. Let's go ahead and take a look over at Bell South Mobility right now. Its balloon now being inflated. It's the hair balloon because it won last year. It'll get about a 10-minute lead, take off, and because of the way the winds are going today, it's going to go probably south-southwest over Churchill Downs. It's going to set 2 markers. It'll land once, and then it'll lift back up again, make a second landing, and put an X on the ground. Now, the balloonists here will have about a 10-minute delay in which they will start inflating their balloons. We are waiting right now for the second firing of the cannon. You can see over here on this stage, Jonathan Boyes was picked out of the crowd and given the honor of pulling the cannon to fire this off. It's U of L's cannon. It's on loan, and the Kentucky Air National Guard is stationed here. They were the ones who chose Jonathan to go ahead and ignite the cannon. When that happens, the other balloons will begin inflating, and then there's an order, a predetermined order in which they will take off. From there, though, they will chase the hare and try with their bags of seed, bluegrass seed, to mark the X. Again, there will be 2 X's that they need to hit this time. So we're right now about 5 minutes away from the other balloonists out here to begin inflating their balloons. We're waiting for the cannon. Already Bell South Mobility, though, just about ready to go. So it's back to you until all the other balloons are up and off.
All right. Well, you have lots of company out there this morning, Stephanie.
Yes, thousands of people out here. You can see a huge crowd out here, and thousands of people here to see this great balloon race.
Well, thanks very much, Stephanie. We'll be getting back to you shortly. Of course, people can almost hardly believe it's actually going to get off the ground on schedule this year. We've had a lot of trouble in the past, and we have some great views to bring you this race this Saturday morning. It's Sky 11 is bringing us one of them. That's where we find our Chris Turner this morning. And Chris, from up there, you can see just how many people didn't mind getting out of bed this morning so they could get in on the fun.
Ann Doyle, this is always a big draw for folks in Louisville. Last time we had a morning liftoff, if I recall correctly, was 1995 years ago. Was out here then, and it was a Sunday morning. Had a little bit of a delay because of the weather, and we still had probably 10 or 12,000 people, if not more, if I recall, out here. And of course, the folks here from the Sky 11 view look like just a bunch of colored specks here on the grass here just to the east of the fairgrounds area here. You can see the Bell South Mobility, the hair balloon, as Stephanie described a few moments ago, is already inflated, and pilot Jimmy Parker will be taking off shortly to begin his trek, which we do expect to be to the south this morning. Whether or not that takes it directly over the airport, or maybe a little more to the southwest toward the Ford plant, or even over to Shively or Churchill Downs, we're waiting to see on that. As far as traffic getting in here, there are some folks who are off to the shoulder along I-65, and that's probably not a good idea, because if you come down there to save your $2 on parking, well, you're also becoming a traffic hazard on I-65. You can get in the fairgrounds fairly easily, not a whole lot of problem as far as getting a parking place in the fairgrounds or making the trek around Ring Road to get in here to the balloon area in order to watch the liftoff and in order to get into the balloons to see that as well. We'll have updates throughout the morning and especially throughout this next hour or so as the race gets underway. It's back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Chris. We'll see you shortly. When we come back, we're going to have more gorgeous shots of
The news on Kentuckiana's news channel WHAS 11 is sponsored by Chrysler. See the entire line at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer and get in on the excitement.
Now, held over, the National Jeep Sale, where you can still get a great deal on America's legendary adventure vehicles. Lease a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $299 a month. Or get no-charge air and option package values on Jeep Cherokee Sport. Even the fun-loving Jeep Wrangler has a great deal. So see your dealer today, because something this exciting won't be held over long.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
The only outpatient surgery center in Louisville that's part of a great Louisville hospital. This is Caritas Health Services, the Catholic health system of Greater Louisville.
Bob Babbage. He's no stranger to tough fights. As state auditor, he took on politicians in his own party who were profiting off state contracts and forced the resignation of a Democratic Party chairman. Now he's running for governor with a specific plan to meet Kentucky's toughest challenges: education, full tuition college scholarships based on merit, and 2 years of vocational training for any high school graduate to give all our kids the skills they need to make it. Crime, tough mandatory sentences for violent criminals. Taxes, no tax increases without a vote of the people, so your tax dollars get spent where you want them spent. Healthcare, low-cost prescription drugs for senior citizens. The lottery, put the lottery money in a separate fund for education and seniors, just as promised in the first place. Bob Babbage wants to change Kentucky forever, and he's the only candidate with a plan to do it and a way to pay for it. Read the plan yourself. Join the fight to change Kentucky. Babbage, Governor.
It's the classic contest of brains versus brawn. Our speed school designed ride against Mix 102's unique training regime. Monday on Louisville Tonight Live, who will reign supreme in the bedlam?
Plus, he's the gardening expert. So what does his yard look like? We'll go behind the scenes with Fred Wishy. It's Monday at 7:30 on Louisville Tonight Live.
The clock is ticking, and in just a few minutes the race will be underway. The Great Balloon Race, of course, and we're going back up to Sky 11 where our Chris Turner has the view from above. Chris, do you feel the excitement even way up there?
Well, sure you can, because this is a spectacle. You don't see too many things with so many hot air balloons so close to each other in the air, and certainly with all the colors of the balloons. You know, they don't have these rainbow paint schemes or these bright colors like the bright yellow or bright pinks for nothing, because it is quite a spectacle, particularly when you look up into the sky and see them against the sun as it's rising this morning. You know, we don't even see a cloud in the sky this morning. It's just a gorgeous day in terms of the weather. The wind is just about calm, although earlier this morning we had a slight breeze when we could detect it from the north, so we're expecting the balloons to go to the south.
It's no surprise at all.
We need to tell you a couple of other things, Ann, very quickly. We're expecting the Bell South Mobility Balloon to go up here in just a couple of minutes or so. That's the Hare balloon and the leader for the 32 other balloons that will be taking part in this race.
Chris, it's no surprise that so many people want to get up and watch, because especially this morning they get this really up-close look if they get out to the fairgrounds at this hour, get to see what exactly it takes to get that balloon off the ground.
Yeah, again, it's the spectacle aspect. It's something many folks get to see once a year if they're lucky here, or for a lot of folks, maybe a trip of a lifetime. It's a great thing to take a lot of pictures of, particularly to bring the kids out to see as well.
So we're going to be checking back with you, and we know you're going to be bringing us some of the best pictures of the race. Thanks, Chris Turner. Going back to Stephanie Collins now, she is on the ground where the cannon is about to be fired to begin this race this morning. Stephanie?
That's right. We're waiting now for the second firing of the cannon. The first one went off about 8 minutes ago. Now we're about 2 minutes until this cannon right over here is fired for the second time. Jonathan Boys was picked out of the crowd. He will have the honor of lighting the cannon, this cannon on loan from the University of Louisville. The Kentucky Air National Guard here helping, assisting. You can see that there is an enormous crowd here for this. Thousands of people waiting for all these balloons to inflate. As soon as the cannon, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's the countdown. And they're off! People are applauding, ready. We'll see the fans come out and these balloons will begin to inflate. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get them inflated, and then we'll see quite a spectacle here from the fairgrounds as the balloons begin to take off. They're going to be heading in a southwesterly direction. Now there's a lot of people here, and I just want to get everyone's impression so far. How are you guys doing?
Fine.
You brought your blanket, donuts I saw earlier?
Yeah.
A great morning, though, to be out here?
It's cold.
It's cold, yeah, but wouldn't miss it, huh?
No.
What do you think so far?
Well, it's cold.
Okay, so it's a bit cold, but the sun is coming up. A beautiful morning here, not a cloud in the sky, big crowds. And let's just take a look very quickly, if we can, over this way, as we're starting to see the balloons inflate. They take, again, about 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, though, there's a determined list in which they will take off. The first balloon to go will be Pepe, which is Kroger's balloon, and they'll have the task of trying to trace down the hair balloon, which is Bell South Mobility. We're expecting Bell South Mobility's balloon to go off at any moment now. Remember, it wants to get out in front and set up those two marks. It's going to set a two-task race this time, which means it'll land, set up a big X. The other balloonists will have to find that one, and then they'll have to take off again and find the second X, throw their bag of bluegrass seed, and the balloonist who comes closest to both marks will be this year's winner. And so as you can see, a lot of activity here. The balloons are just beginning to inflate. A beautiful sight with the sun coming up, and we'll take it back to you until the balloonists actually get up off the ground.
All right, thanks very much, Stephanie. It might be cold, as the girls are saying, but it's dry, and it's not too windy. We're going to bring you more from the Great Balloon Race after we take a short break. We're going to let these crews get their balloons inflated, and we'll be right back with you.
Fred Wishy, the Weekend Gardener, on Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11, is sponsored by your Kentuckiana Cub Cadet dealers.
When you're looking for a powerful tractor, you can't get one more powerful than this. Believe it or not, it's got something in common with every new Cub Cadet tractor. A steel drive shaft, not a belt, like other tractors. Of course, no Cub Cadet has this much horsepower. But we make your yard look a lot nicer. If you want shaft drive, just look for Cub Cadet.
Your Cub Cadet dealer is Jacoby Sales and Service in Palmyra, Sellersburg, Seymour, and Shelbyville.
You'll love the new look of Levy's with a new larger lawn and garden center. Famous brand names like reliable Murray mowers and riders, and low sale prices. Get the right start. Make your first stop at Levy's.
It's like clockwork. I pack the food, Rex navigates, Jeff forgets his medication. So, like most years, we'll drop by the Walgreens in Keene, New Hampshire, where we're regular customers, despite living 3 states away. With thousands of satellite-linked pharmacies nationwide, Jeff's prescription is always nearby. And that's good to know, because we all forget things now and then. Some people are just a little more consistent.
You'll love the new look of Levy's. We've added a bigger selection of gas grills, plus patio furniture, all at prices that'll put even more fun in your life. Get the right start. Make your first stop at Levy's.
Everybody limbo! How low can we go?
Right now, Smith's Furniture is bending over backward
to give you the best prices on quality name brands.
Whirlpool large capacity 5-cycle washer, only $3.39.
GE Deluxe 18 cubic foot refrigerator with glass shelves and factory installed automatic ice maker, now only $5.99.
Yeah, man. See how low we can go during the limbo sale.
Who? Smith's Furniture, Appliance, and Electronics. That's who.
The WHAS 11 Storm Team. Meteorologist Chuck Taylor, Ken Schultz, and Beth Andrews. The WHAS 11 Storm Team.
Well, I'm telling you, you just can't beat this morning. It is gorgeous out there. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. Nice calm winds for those balloonists out there. It's just perfect for all the events we have planned today. Looking at our satellite picture, not too bad today, I must say. Most of our clouds are out to the west of us right now. Now, we are going to see an increase in cloud cover later on today. We should see mostly cloudy skies by this afternoon. You see those big white clouds out to our west over St. Louis and northern Arkansas. Well, those are the storm clouds, and that's where the rain is that we are watching for our area today, and it is still well to our west. We are looking at a trough coming through later on, giving us chances of rain, but not until later on tonight really is our best chance for rain, although we could have a few showers, scattered thunderstorms late this afternoon. But for the most part, today looks really nice, especially for this morning's events. Our current temperature, though, still chilly, 47 degrees, 83% humidity. Winds are calm. This morning, however, they have been predominantly out of the northeast, but a bit variable this morning. Barometric pressure is steady at 30.06 inches. Our high yesterday was 65. We're going to get even warmer than that this afternoon, so very pleasant temperature-wise. Our low 47. No rain to report in the past 24 hours, a little more than 2.5 inches for the month. Well, our highs today right around almost to 70 degrees. If we get enough sunshine, we could just get up there to 70, but we'll be pretty close at any rate in the upper 60s. So for those of you heading out to the Downs, it really looks like it's going to be pretty comfortable. And there's our today map again. For a second look at that map, you can see a high pressure to our east and a trough there to our west. So looking at our forecast, increasing clouds throughout the day with a chance for showers later on this afternoon, a high of 69, but our best chance for rain is going to hold off for tonight with showers and thunderstorms developing, a low of 53, and tomorrow should be, pretty darn miserable, showers and thunderstorms. At least it'll be a little bit warm, a high of 67. But today, it's just, we couldn't have asked for a nicer day for all the events we have planned this weekend. Doug and Ann?
Thanks so much, Beth. We'll be checking back with you later.
Okay.
We know that you've made a lot of people happy today, including the pilots of those more than 30 balloons who at the moment are inflating those balloons, and then they're going to race across those clear skies in Kentuckiana today. We're going to bring you full coverage of that race along with coverage of the mini marathon, another Derby Festival event, and we'll go back to the backside and hear a little bit more about what's going on there as Churchill Downs begins its spring meet. At the moment, though, we're going back up into the air into Sky 11, where Chris Turner's keeping an eye on what's happening down below.
Well, here's what's happening right now. The air balloon, the lead balloon, Bell South Mobility, is directly over Freedom Hall right now. And it's basically hard to tell which direction pilot Jimmy Parker's going right now with the calm winds. Maybe Bob Poe, our Sky 11 chief pilot, can help us a little bit. He's heading right now to the northwest, and so really it's anybody's guess right now which direction these balloons are going to be heading this morning. Now, Bell South and Parker have been up about 3 or 4 minutes now, and so that means in the next 7 to 8 minutes, the rest of the balloons, the other 30 or so balloons that are in this field, will be lifting off one by one. The next one to go up will be Peppy the Penguin with the Kroger logo on it. That won the pill pull yesterday in order to be the second balloon, the first one to follow the hair balloon in order to lift off and then go make the target. We'll keep you updated here from Sky 11 as to the direction and where the balloons are going. Right now it's looking more to the north, northwest, perhaps toward downtown rather than to the south as we had thought earlier. So stay with us. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Chris. And don't you go anywhere. Look at the balloons are ready to lift off, and we're going to bring you the live pictures as Saturday morning continues.
Your Kentuckiana GMC truck dealers have it all together with the 2 toughest trucks in the GMC truck force. Compact Sonoma with aluminum wheels, air, AM/FM cassette, rear ABS, and $300 cash back. Only $12,159. Full-size Sierra with 5-liter V8, air, cruise, tilt, AM/FM cassette, 4-wheel ABS. Only $16,155. Now at your Kentuckiana GMC truck dealers, Newcomb, Jones, Browning, Brown Powers, Demaree, Arbuckle, and Tingle.
Spring into action at Shoe Sensation during our Catalog Week sale and save up to 30% off department store prices on athletics for the whole family. You'll save on name brands like Nike and Reebok sandals from $19.99. Your choice of Tree Torn from $24.99 and selected Asics at $39.99. Choose from 4 styles of Keds starting at $14.99. K-Swiss from $27.99. Big savings on Converse from $64.99 and selected Nike from $54.99. Selected children's styles from Nike, Keds, LA Gear, and Reebok at fantastic savings only at Shoe Sensation.
I have 1 full-time job and 3 full-time kids.
Oshkosh B'gosh sales associate Anna Dragovich.
I know how to sell kids' clothes. My kids know how to stain them. You wouldn't dare use bleach on these colors, right? Oshkosh knows bright colors, and we suggest new Tide with bleach.
Tide's activated bleaching system is unbeatable at removing many tough stains. And now it has a special new ingredient that helps keep cotton colors bright, wash after wash.
You could have that garment for a very long time.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
So when your children look good, it makes you feel good.
Sassoon hair. Hair that looks like it's never seen a dryer, never been teased or mistreated, that's led a protected life. Hair created at the Vidal Sassoon Academy, the world-famous center for hair care. Created at home with Sassoon shampoos and conditioners, with a protein and moisturizer complex protecting hair to its cuticle edge. So there's no brush it can't handle, no dryer it can't shrug off. Hair protected by the Sassoon Protection System. Professional care for your hair.
For years, AT&T's television commercials convinced my mom, my sister, and me not to join MCI savings programs.
Then we heard about MCI's new friends and family, and we decided to try it. So we joined together.
Now, when we spend just $10 a month, we save 50% on all the calls we make to each other.
That's half of what we used to pay on AT&T's basic rate for the same calls.
And now we realize that all the time AT&T was telling us not to join MCI, they were charging us America's highest long-distance rate.
We're going to go back up and show you pictures from Sky 11. Those balloons are still inflating for the Great Balloon Race, and along the field is the big Energizer Bunny, one of the newest balloons. And look at the ground. The picture is going to be gorgeous when they begin to dot the sky as well. Now, as if the balloon race isn't enough for us this weekend, there is another race in town as well. The mini marathon, of course, and runners are already lining up to take on that 13.1-mile course. Our Ann Jewell is along the starting line at Iroquois Park, and there are some early birds there stretching out, getting ready to go, right, Ann?
There are indeed, right behind me here, Ann. Yes, the runners are showing up and stretching out and getting ready for this big mini marathon. It's the 22nd running of the mini marathon. It's the largest participation event of the festival. They expect around 5,000 registered runners, and I'll tell you, it's quite a production. They get started out here early, getting all set up. Why don't we take a look at that?
This is the first loop, right?
Let's make sure everyone's going in the right direction. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office leads the way.
We want to go the way they're supposed to go, all right? I think last year somebody made a wrong turn down here, so we're going over the route. And we'll have somebody with the Parks Department with us, and they'll make sure we make all the right turns and everybody runs the same distance this year.
Early in the morning, early in the evening, just about supper time.
Out on the route, they're busy setting up the water stations. These folks compete, too, for the most creative water station team.
Can't believe Arkansas! They have a corporate water stop competition every year, and the groups are judged on things like creativity, enthusiasm, originality. As the runners come through, they have to pass out the water and be enthusiastic.
John Reisert, the man in charge, says everything looks great.
We've got a lot of people out on the course, 13 miles of this course, putting out tables and chairs and supplies for our water stops, and about 100,000 bottles of water, which we're glad to have because we're actually dry here this morning, and we're really glad. It's nothing like last year when we were out here in the pouring rain, so we're elated that we've got the balloons off this morning. We've got a dry start for the mini marathon. It's going to be a great day.
And back live out here near the start of the mini marathon, which is still a little over half an hour away. You can see everyone warming up, and it is a great, great day. Folks are really excited here. Some of the runners telling us they're really looking forward to maybe getting a glimpse of those balloons up in the sky there while they're running headed toward downtown. Back to you, Ann.
All right. Thanks very much, Ann Jewell. And we will, of course, be bringing you the start of the mini marathon live around 8 o'clock this morning. Meanwhile, going back to the fairgrounds and on the ground there It's Stephanie Collins who's been watching those balloons as they get real big right in front of her eyes. Stephanie?
That's right, and you know, just a few minutes ago they were given the signal to start this race, and since then they've been doing the job of inflating these balloons to get them off the ground. We've got the pink Energizer, which just about now is inflated. The first balloon to take off is behind the red Cellular One. Maybe you can catch a glimpse of it. It is just now lifting off. The first balloon of the Kentucky Derby Festival's Great Balloon Race is lifting off right now. It's Pepe Kroger's balloon. Now, I tell you that this is already predetermined which balloon will take off first. From now, the rest of the balloons will begin taking off in the next few minutes to chase the hare balloon. So it's back to you for right now.
All right, and we're going to go up to Sky 11 because they have great pictures up there, too, of those balloons as they begin lifting off this morning. And we can see the Kroger balloon already skybound.
Yes, you can, Ann Doyle. And Pepe the Penguin will be going roughly to the north-northwest. The hare balloon is probably a good mile and a half already ahead, as it's supposed to be right now, directly over the U of L campus. Matter of fact, it's just catty-corner from the tower for WUOL radio there, about Eastern Parkway and 3rd Street. So if things keep up this way, the balloons are going to the northwest, which would be a pattern just west of downtown. And if they go across the river, then over the west side of Louisville, and then the west side of New Albany, Indiana, down there along State Road, I believe that's 111 that runs along the Ohio River, and the power plant down there. So that's the route that we think they're going to take to the northwest from the fairgrounds. And with Pepe the Penguin, the Kroger balloon just taking off, then the other balloons that are down here inflated, waiting to go, will follow suit. And in just a couple of minutes, we'll have this spectacle of color all airborne. It's back to you in the studio.
And won't it be wonderful? Thanks very much, Chris Turner. So we don't want you to go anywhere. We're going to continue our live coverage this Saturday morning. We'll be with you until noon. The Great Balloon Race is underway, and we're going to show you the blanket of people on the ground, and soon all these balloons will decorate the skies over Kentuckiana.
Watson's amazing 40% off preseason sale. Save up to 40% off on any size above ground pool, plus only $99 complete installation. 18-foot Capri pool package, $599. 24-foot, $699. Check out our huge savings on Leisure Bay portable spas, too, at Watson's.
It's the time of the year when you want your yard to look just great, and Grant Line Nursery and Garden Center's ready to help. Whether you're looking to spruce up a flower bed or design a comprehensive landscape for the entire yard, Grant Line, one of the area's largest, has got the professionals and 16 greenhouses full of the area's finest flowering and bedding plants. Over 5,000 hanging baskets, and Grant Line's selection of shade and flowering trees is second to none. Making yards beautiful for over 17 years, Grant Line Nursery and Garden Center, the name to know and the place to go.
I fell for it too. I bought this big bottle because I thought it'd last longer than this little Downy, until I found out the big one's a lot more water, 90% water. This little Ultra Downy's so concentrated, it softens, you think I'm going to say the same amount, but no, it softens almost twice as much. That's 19 loads more, so take your pick. Lots more water, or loads more softness. Ultra Downy, now that's the bigger value.
At your Chevrolet Geo Dealers open house, the newest Chevrolets are now the best values around. Like the 95 Chevy Lumina, with a whole lot of features and a very affordable starting price, just $16,295. Lumina has more all-around front seat room and a standard V6 with more horsepower than Ford Taurus. Plus, Lumina is priced over $1,800 less. Doesn't getting more and paying less just make good sense? Test drive the Chevy Lumina now during the open house celebration at your Kentuckiana Chevrolet Geo Dealers.
The only candy made with the refreshing tart and sweet taste of Ocean Spray. Fruit Waves. All natural Fruit Waves when you're thirsty for a great candy.
Live again this Saturday morning, you're seeing what's going on at the fairgrounds. There is a big crowd on hand to watch a liftoff of the Great Balloon Race. It's underway. The hare balloon left about 5, 6, maybe almost 10 minutes ago already. The Kroger balloon is on its way, and I can see one more up in the air as well. We're going to bring you live coverage as all of these balloons lift off the ground and begin to decorate the sky above us. What a way to start the weekend. We're also going to bring you more live coverage as the mini marathon begins shortly after 8 o'clock. We have live crews there and on the backside of Churchill Downs. Lots to stay tuned for this morning. And with all this Derby fun, don't forget about your gardening, though. Our weekend gardener hasn't. He's here now to show us something new that's blooming this year.
Most of our spring flowering bulbs are about finished for the year. Tulips in particular. As the petals fall, snap out that stalk. Don't let the seed pods develop. And then if you didn't fertilize them, go ahead and fertilize them now. And remember, the foliage has got to remain intact. It's got to die back naturally. Speaking of tulips, a couple of new varieties that we have here in the garden that I want to point out to you. One is one called Bleeding Heart, a very large tulip, although it's really at the end of its flowering stage right now. I just am very fascinated with the petals, with the design, the reddish design in the petal. It was very, very attractive. And another one, the deepest, darkest color of a tulip I've seen, this one called Black Parrot. On one other score, if you want to attract butterflies to the garden, the buddleia, the butterfly bush, is an excellent one to plant. Now, there are many different varieties, and some are more winter hardy than others. Like this one just looks totally dead, but if you look at the base of it, you can see new growth beginning to come from the base. You scratch the bark, and the bark of it, everything above ground is dead. So go ahead and cut it back all the way to the ground, and it'll come back up from the root system. But some of the others, like this one, why, it's got all the leaves pushing out, so it's going to be fine. I'm not going to touch this at all, but in so doing, this particular buddleia will get quite tall, maybe 5 to 6 feet during the summer months. Buddleia for butterflies in the garden. For Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11, I'm Fred Wishy, the Weekend Gardener.
So after you get that gardening done, make sure you're tuning in for the rest of all of the shows that we have coming up to tell you about Derby this week. It's going to be a busy week. Lots more ahead in this next half hour, so don't go away. The Great Balloon Race is underway. I'm Tara Bassett, and this is Bob Merritt of HFH Incorporated.
And we're your featured developers this week on Louisville's best new homes.
Join us Sunday at 1 on WHAS 11.
Visit the Kentucky Flea Market this weekend at the Kentucky Fair and Expo Center. Don't miss one of the nation's largest and finest flea markets, featuring over 1,000 booths and a special antique section. Shop through literally thousands of items, both old and new, including antiques, glassware, collectibles, jewelry, crafts, clothing, and much, much more. Something for everyone. The Kentucky Flea Market is open Friday noon to 8 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Best of all, admission is absolutely free. A Stewart promotion.
You'll taste 7 kinds of fruit in Hawaiian Punch.
Wow! Lunchbox-sized Hawaiian Punch chillers with vitamin C and as much calcium as half a serving of milk for a double C punch. So they're more nutritious than ordinary drink boxes, and they're chilled in the refrigerated section.
Hey, how about a nice Hawaiian Punch?
Sure. Hawaiian Punch chillers, original and no added sugar. Pack a healthier punch
with lunch.
USDA Choice Full Cut Boneless Beef Round Steak, $1.49 a pound. Mike sells supersized regular or groovy potato chips, 2 for $5. Conn's Wieners, 1 pound package, $1.19. Regular or Diet Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, Diet Pepsi, 7-Up or Pepsi Cola, 20 pack, $4.49. And Tide Ultra Laundry Detergent, $4.99.
Get Value Market. You've got savings in the bag.
EverDry is the nation's #1 choice in basement waterproofing.
It's not dry till it's ever dry.
Call today for a free no-obligation estimate.
Watch the official Kentucky Lottery drawing 7 nights a week here on WHAS 11, Kentuckiana's News Channel.
Coyotes Country, tonight at 7 on WHAS 11.
Now, live on Saturday Morning continues from the #1 rated Saturday morning newscast in the nation with Doug Prophet, Ann Doyle, and Beth Andrews. This is Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
Good morning again. This is Ann Doyle, and we are watching from Sky 11 as the Great Balloon Race gets underway on this fine, clear Saturday morning. The balloons are beginning to lift off, and it takes a while for more than 30 balloons to get off the ground from the fairgrounds, but you can see many of them are on their way, and we're going to bring you live coverage of the race all morning long. We're here with you until noon. We're also going out to Churchill Downs this morning. Gary Gupton is there on the backside, and he says there's been a runaway horse this morning, Gary.
That's right. We had a pretty incredible little piece of videotape here, very reminiscent to Thunder Gulch here about 2 weeks ago, who broke loose down in the chute. Let me go to the video and we'll show you what was happening. It's one of the Lucas horses. Pat, do we know which horse broke loose yet? We don't know which horse this is. It's one of the Lucas 2-year-olds, but they were working down in the chute. Evidently lost a rider there somewhere, and it got pretty exciting. They were trying to corral the horse. These rascals are pretty smart, though. They got a pretty good idea of where home is. You'll see this 2-year-old run back into the parking lot. He'll meander in the parking lot a little bit and then wander back to Lucas's barn. Nobody injured. What happens is the horn goes off back here, warns the horseman that there's a loose horse out on the track here, and it could be a very dangerous situation, but fortunately they managed to get the horse corralled. No problem there at all. Swap Prospect already worked this morning, went 6 furlongs in 1:17. Not really burning up the track. That's kind of how Nick Zito did it last year with Go for Gin. In character, working 6 furlongs at 1:15. After the break coming up here in just a couple seconds, we have a couple more Derby horses who will get in to work out, and now two of the best fillies in the business. Julie and Beth.
Yeah, too bad we're not entered in any races today. Not that I think I'm in fine form to run.
Oh, yes.
Beth is doing a great job on the forecast, though. We want to check in on that.
Well, I'm happy with the forecast, believe me. We were expecting rain today, and it looks like we are going to get it, but not until later on today. So if you're planning to run in that marathon this morning, temperature is going to be just great for you runners, upper 40s perhaps, maybe around 50, 52 by the end of the mini marathon. And then 69 for our high this afternoon, with a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing late this afternoon, but the best chance is going to be this evening. So looking pretty good for today.
All right, thank you very much, Beth. Now, of course, Beth, Gary, and I got here a little early this morning. Chances are, if you're coming out to Churchill today, you're going to be coming a little bit later. The gates do open at 11 o'clock today. Let's show you some stuff you might need to know if you're planning a day at the track. If you're heading out here today, bring a little extra money in addition to what you plan to bet with. General admission to Churchill today is $2. And it is $3.50 if you also want to have a clubhouse seat. If you don't take TARC, you will be paying for parking. Regular spaces are $2. Preferred parking is $3. If you want to go all the way, it's $5 for valet. And if you'd like a program today to keep track of who you're going to be betting on, it's $1.50 on track, $2 off track. And as someone who is very responsible for making sure that this week runs smoothly is Tom Meeker, who is the boss here. He's president of Churchill Downs.
Hardly. Some days, I think.
Tom, tell me what does this week mean to you?
It means that I'm very tired by next Sunday. But it also means it's an opportunity for us to showcase racing, and more important, for us to showcase the city of Louisville. And I think, with all of the hoopla that attends the Derby, it's a great opportunity to showcase, our great city and just as well the state of Kentucky. So it's very, very important, not only for those of us who are here at Churchill, but I think for the community.
Now, despite your busy schedule, you still make time to come out to the backside in the morning.
Well, I mean, this is the heart and soul of the racetrack. I call it the great equalizer. You'll see people back here who are billionaires talking with someone who doesn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And the reason it's such a great equalizer is because the focus back here is on the horse and the equine athlete. And that's what makes it so special. And as I said, it's the heart and soul of the racetrack.
All right, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy morning for us, Mr.
Okay.
Meeker. We'll be seeing more of you this week. He's got a point, folks. I mean, springtime in Kentucky. Come out to Churchill Downs. You know what it's all about. Back to you, Ann.
I know it's a good way to start your morning, isn't it, Julie? Thanks much, Julie. We'll see you again a little bit later. Now, though, we're going to go back up to Chris Turner. He's in Sky 11, and we just can't fill our eyes enough with the balloons that are up there, Chris. Are they just about all off the ground now?
About half of them are off the ground from the fairgrounds. Right now, we have the Bell South Mobility Balloon, the hair balloon, the lead balloon at the bottom left corner of your screen. That balloon right now is over an area that's South Central Park. It's close to Colorado and in that little triangle that's formed between 7th Street Road and just to the west of Algonquin Parkway. We believe that Jimmy Parker, the pilot of the hair balloon, is going to dip down in here into South Central Park and drop the first of the 2 target X's. It's an orange nylon X. It'll come flying out. It'll actually look, when he tosses it out of the basket, like when you toss toilet paper and TP somebody's trees. It flutters out, and a ground crew will spread out that nylon X. Looks like that's what he's going to do right now, landing into the ball diamond. We're getting closer here. We should see that orange X tossed out here just in the next couple of seconds or so. This will be the first target that the other balloon pilots will then try to toss their bags of that bluegrass seed down and try to nail that X right in the middle, because this is a contest of skill and accuracy, not necessarily one of speed. And of course, the balloon pilot who gets closest to the 2 targets does that. He is down there on the ball diamond. This is South Central Park along Colorado, and the other side of South Central Park is Lindbergh. This will be just to the northwest of Churchill Downs. We should see the orange X to come out here shortly, and then this will be the target that the Kroger balloon, the Domino's balloon, the KFC chicken balloon, those that are in the lead, getting closer now to South Central Park, will want to try to hit. We have several other aircraft, several other balloons making their way closer here, and also a reminder that you have a lot of chase vehicles on the ground that are following these balloons, because there's a chase crew that goes with each balloon that'll all be coming into these streets to the northwest of Churchill Downs in order to make sure that they're close to their balloon should there be any problems, should the balloon crews need assistance. Now, Jimmy Parker and the Bell South Mobility balloon, the lead balloon, is on the ground here at the ball diamond, and we expect the target X to come out here very shortly. But we've not seen it just as of yet. A crowd of about 30 or 40 people, the neighbors are all coming out here, and the streets are starting to get a little clogged with folks who follow along in their cars and some of those chase vehicles as well. I'm trying to get a closer look here. It looks like the balloon may be starting to lift off now just again, and we should see the target X. Yes, it is. It's pink this year, Ann, rather than orange. They're putting it out just out from second base there on the ball diamond. Maybe you can see the crews putting out the X. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Ann. What do you need?
That's all right. I was just telling you, we can see the pictures from Sky 11. The camera zoomed in there as they scurry to unwrap that big target for the rest of the balloons, and off it goes again, the Bell South Mobility balloon. Now, how far behind is the Kroger balloon? I believe you said that's in the lead at this point.
Well, the Kroger would be the next one up, along with the big flying chicken from KFC, and they're about a mile behind. They would be over the rail yards just to the south of University of Louisville, where the new football stadium is going to go. And so it's probably going to be 2 or 3 minutes before the next balloon gets up here to South Central Park to drop the first of those bluegrass seeds in order to see about hitting the target here. Now, Bell South Mobility, the lead balloon, will do this again when Jimmy Parker, the pilot, finds another spot for the second target. We don't know if that's going to be in the next couple of minutes or maybe even another 30 or 45 minutes away. So stay with us here in Sky 11. Back to you.
We know that you're watching, and we know that folks waking up this morning are rubbing their eyes, wanting to make sure they're not dreaming. Yes, folks, the Great Balloon Race is indeed off the ground on schedule this year. The weather cooperated. Again, we have cameras on the backside for the opening day of Spring Meet at Churchill Downs. We're going to go back there later this morning as well, and to the mini marathon. There's more to the Downs than just the ponies, of course. The Twin Spires out there have a long history behind them, and the News Channel is going to bring that history to life this week, this coming Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. It's a special that you won't want to miss. We call it Twin Spires, the first 100 years. We hope that you're going to join us for that on Tuesday night at 8:30 right here on the News Channel. Coming up, we'll bring you more live coverage of all the Derby events underway this Saturday morning, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
The news on Kentuckiana's news channel WHAS 11 is sponsored by the Kentucky Lawyer Referral Service, who can take the guesswork out of finding the right attorney for you.
Hi, I'm Tim Kenworthy, Director of the Louisville Bar Association's Kentucky Lawyer Referral Service. Are you one of the many people who need an attorney but don't know where to turn? If you are, then you need to call the Kentucky Lawyer Referral Service, where you can find hundreds of experienced attorneys to help. For 15 years, our professionally trained staff has been helping people find lawyers to handle cases in all areas of the law. Call the Kentucky Lawyer Referral Service today and take the guesswork out of finding the right attorney for you.
This lady walked up to me, said, "This fell off my car." I said, "You come to the right place. There's Marvelous Soft, the best in town, with the best prices all around." She couldn't believe her eyes. I guess the old saying's true. There's no Marv too tough, there's Muffler Shy.
If you were going to build the perfect luxury sedan, you'd start with this affordable 24-month lease payment. You'd add a V8 engine that goes 100,000 miles before its first scheduled tune-up, and introduce a 12-point memory profile to keep everything adjusted to your taste. Simply put, you'd build the all-new Lincoln Continental, a perfect balance of luxury and technology. And among luxury sedans, the perfect choice. The all-new Continental is available now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Wednesday night on WHAS 11, it's prime time Derby fun. From 5 to 7, get start-to-finish coverage of the Great Steamboat Race. Then at 7, the News Channel follows Derby trainers Nick Zito and Kenny McPeak throughout their spring campaign. A roller coaster ride on the road to Louisville. And at 8, the first-ever Kentucky Derby auction. High-stakes excitement. World-class thoroughbreds. Don't miss Bidding on a Dream. What a Derby lineup. Wednesday night only on WHAS 11.
We're going to bring you much more live coverage on this very special edition of Saturday Morning. We're with you till noon, covering all sorts of Derby Festival events. And it is looking a lot like spring. There's a lot to keep us busy in addition to the Derby events. So if you're on your way out, why not stop by any of the other events listed in our weekend agenda? Oh, so much to keep us busy this weekend. We're glad you're starting your weekend with us here on Saturday morning. We have a lot ahead to show you. If you're seeing something in the sky above your house, it's not Superman. It's one of the balloons in the Great Balloon Race. They're off, folks, and the race is underway. Our pictures from Sky 11 showing us the Energizer Bunny and the rest of them on their way in the pursuit of those big X marks. We'll have much more ahead as we continue our live coverage this Saturday morning, so don't you go away.
Hello, Dick and Dave here for Trout Dairy. We realize that some of you ice cream lovers may be looking for a healthy alternative. May we suggest Trout Toffee Chocolate Chunk Genuine Frozen Yogurt. Trout uses only the finest chocolate, Heath Toffee candy, and genuine yogurt cultures. And the taste? So look for Trout Toffee Chocolate Chunk Genuine Frozen Yogurt when you want to crank up a good time. Thank you for your time and attention.
Are you looking for good furniture but don't want to spend a fortune? Then come to Swan Street Antique Mall and see why everyone is talking about the Rough Room. Not only do we have over 100 booths full of furniture ready for your home, we also have a Rough Room with a constantly changing selection of furniture that you can refinish and fix up yourself. You'll find reasonably priced furniture and accessories that you don't see anywhere else in town. So next time you need some furniture, check out our Rough Room first and save. The Rough Room at Swan Street Antique Mall, your source for affordable antiques.
Now the power to become more beautiful rests at your fingertips. Before the Viking Husqvarna #1 Plus, after, before, after, before, after. The Viking Husqvarna #1 Plus, a complete sewing machine with an incredible plus. Professional machine embroidery. One touch for sewing or embroidery. The Viking Husqvarna #1 Plus. The one and only sewing machine for you.
Available at the Smocking Shop. Give her the best for Mother's Day. The weather on Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11, is sponsored by the Polo Fields and Louisville Billiards.
The estates of the Polo Fields, site of Homerama 95. For the second straight year, the Polo Fields is hosting Homerama with the exquisite, spacious homes you desire, the amenities you deserve, and the lifestyle you've dreamed of. The Polo Fields is proud to be associated with highly regarded professionals. Is there an empty room in your home screaming for excitement? You know you've always wanted that game room of your dreams. When you're ready to make this dream come true, turn to Louisville Billiard. The Polo Fields. It's more than a place to live. It's a lifestyle. The WHAS 11 Storm Team. Meteorologist Chuck Taylor, Ken Schultz, and Beth Andrews. The WHAS 11 Storm Team.
Well, a beautiful, beautiful morning. Can you imagine a better morning for this balloon race? We have the balloons up and going. Look out your window. They're heading out there. Go to a place where you can see them because it is gorgeous. We're actually seeing them out here at Churchill Downs. We're seeing the balloons fly over, and so far we haven't had any horses get too panicked about that. I know my horses go nuts when even one balloon flies over, but so far these guys have been pretty good. Well, looking at our radar picture, you can see where the rain is to our west, but really not too close to us. We're doing pretty well. We have rain moving into St. Louis and a few scattered showers over central Illinois, it looks like, but otherwise we're looking pretty good. We expect the rain to come in possibly late this afternoon, more likely early this evening, and that big central area of rain is about what you see across the country. Well, temperatures right now very chilly for the most part. We have 40-degree readings across Kentuckiana, but that sun is going to start warming things up, so don't worry too much about that. We've got 45 degrees right now in Lexington, 47 in Louisville with 83% humidity. Winds are calm predominantly this morning, though they've been from the north-northeast. Our pressure is holding steady. Our high yesterday 65, our low 47, no rainfall. Months total about 2.5 inches. Well, looking at our chances for storms today, doesn't look real good for us. We have a slight chance for a few thunderstorms late this afternoon, but the best chance for severe weather is to our southwest. Our satellite picture shows us that we have clouds moving in from our west. We have clouds surrounding us, but an area of high pressure right now dominating our weather. And so we'll have clear, sunny skies this morning, turning mostly cloudy by this afternoon. Our rain chances for tomorrow much better. It looks much messier tomorrow, so we're just thankful that our weather today is much better. Looking really good today with a high of about 69 degrees. Could see some rain coming in later on this afternoon. Tonight's showers and thunderstorms continuing into tomorrow, a low of 53 tonight and a high of 67 tomorrow. But right now, absolutely beautiful out here at Churchill Downs. Ann?
It looks lovely. Beth, thanks so much. We'll be checking back with you and checking back with all the races underway and about to get underway. We'll be right back.
She replaced Pamela Anderson as the Tool Time gal. Now, will Home Improvement's Debbie Dunning bump the Baywatch babe off the beach? Find out on ET.
Monday at 7 on WHAS 11.
Mom, Dad, I really need my own telephone line. That way, if I have any questions about school, I can just call Bobby without tying up your phone.
Tired of the battle over the telephone at your house? Well, this is a great time to order that additional line and get an $18 credit on your phone bill. Just call this toll-free number.
He's real smart at conjugating nouns and stuff.
An additional line makes a great gift for any occasion. Order now and get an $18 credit on your phone bill. Or use the credit to get one of these phones.
We can talk about English and history. It's for my intellectual development. I might even figure out algebra.
And if you work at home, it'll be great to have a separate phone line for your computer or fax machine.
Get a second line and get an $18 credit or a phone. Call South Central Bell, 1-800-660-LINE.
Just a thought.
How did you know it was time for a new mattress?
When you toss and turn and toss and turn.
When I feel little springs in my back.
When it sags in the middle. When you just can't get comfortable.
And where did you buy your new mattress?
Mattress Warehouse.
Mattress Warehouse.
Mattress Warehouse.
I really saved a lot.
They have more to choose from.
They had the brands that I know.
For quality, selection, and the lowest price every day.
Mattress Warehouse. Mattress Warehouse.
You heard what they said. Mattress Warehouse in Brass. There's absolutely no reason to go anywhere else. So where are you going to buy your new mattress?
When you need paint or ladders, come out to 3819 Dixie Highway and step up to Higdon's Paint and Ladder.
the ladder people in Kentuckiana.
Watch the official Kentucky Lottery drawing 7 nights a week here on WHAS 11, Kentuckiana's news channel.
Well, it's tent sale time again, and Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge has incredible tent sale prices on the 95 Neon, starting at just $99.98, and the 95 Caravan, starting at just $15,998. And if you're looking for a quality used car or truck, this is our biggest selection all year. Winston Pittman's Cardinal Dodge tent sale. Oh, no, that's the place to be. Come on out and see us, 5311 Dixie Highway, or give us a call, 449-1900. Better hurry, though. Sale ends April 30th. Cardinal Dodge, yes, sir.
Thousands of runners have tied on their racing shoes this morning. They're out at Iroquois Park. That's where we find our Ann Jewell for the start of the mini marathon just minutes away. Ann?
Yes, Ann, we are just minutes away. In fact, we just heard the announcer over here asking all the runners to start moving toward the start area behind us here. They expect about 5,000 runners in this third leg of the Triple Crown. They'll be, of course, working their way 13.13 miles through the southern end of town and then working their way downtown. You know, the mini marathon committee told us that they made Mother Nature an honorary chair of the race this year, and apparently Mother Nature sure liked that idea because she is cooperating this year. We'll be back to show you the start of the race live. Ann?
We're looking forward to it, Ann. We know that there are a lot of people wanting to see how all of that works, and coming up we'll bring you much more as we continue our live coverage of a
Kingfish Restaurants proudly presents Shrimp as You Like It. Cool, delectable shrimp cocktail served up with our special tangy sauce. A feast of golden fried shrimp, alone or combined with plump cocktail shrimp. Or as a delicious variation on a theme, a duet of crisp fried shrimp and tender whitefish. Or shrimp and delicate pan-fried oysters in perfect harmony. Shrimp as You Like It, fixed especially for you at Kingfish Restaurants.
No interest for 12 months? That's right, this weekend only at California Waterbeds, it's no interest for 12 full months. Hurry in today and pick out that waterbed, futon, box springs, or bedroom set you've been waiting for and pay no interest for 12 months. That's 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 full months of 0% interest. California Waterbeds is your total sleep shop with waterbeds, soft sides, box springs and mattresses, futons, and bedroom furniture. The time is now, and the only place to be is California Waterbeds with no interest for 12 full months.
Cabinet Pack is 25 years old, and we're celebrating by giving you up to $400 worth of accessories with any Cabinet Pack kitchen. Choose one or more from these: hanging spice racks, these pull-out recycling bins, this hidden waste container, this sink and faucets, or even this half-moon pull-out for those troublesome corner cabinets. Save up to half the cost of custom-built cabinets and get an additional $400 worth of accessories free. Call us today at 361-3838. Cabinet Pack, growing with style.
It occurred to us that teachers can never get too much recognition. We're proud to sponsor the WHAS TV Excel Award, honoring teachers. PNC Bank, where performance counts.
As we close in on 8 o'clock, just a few minutes away from the start of the mini marathon, Doug Prophet's on deck. I'll see you again at 10:30.
What makes you comfortable? Is it as simple as the twist of a thermostat? Or is it the peace of mind that comes with getting your money's worth? At LG&E, we know that it's both. And that's why you feel the benefits of one of the lowest energy costs in the country. A fact that brings more than a little comfort to a whole lot of people. LG&E, our energies go to serving you.
Psst. Hey, check it out. They just got me back from Framing Express. One day, I'm a roll the poster stuck in a closet. 2 days later, bada bing, I'm here. And take a look at this work.